So thank you to Kim for your introduction to our sensory system project and your discussion and feedback on the hearing process. My name is Trina Banks, and I will actually pick up and talk to you today about the blind spot. Have you ever been driving around in your car and you're switching lanes and realize that there is a car coming right to the side of you, and you know you checked your mirrors but you just didn't see it? And as an adult and fresh learning to drive from 20 years ago, we got feedback from our parents or people that taught us to drive to say that that's referred to as the blind spot. You have a blind spot and you have to be very careful and you have to watch. Well, today we're going to talk about the blind spot, not so much as in relevant to driving and in your cars, but to the features and the definition according to our text and our learnings for this course. So you may ask, what is the blind spot? And it is it's a small portion of the visual field of your eye that corresponds with the optic nerve inside the retina. The ironic piece about the blind spot and its correspondence to the optic nerve is that it's the part in your eye that actually does not have any photoreceptors at all. Our photoreceptors are also what we call, or what's known to us as, a rod or cones that are inside your optic disc. But since we're not picking up any photoreceptors in this particular part of our eye, we can't detect any images at all. Our photoreceptors is a part of the eye that actually detects light. And you'll see that on the next slide, where we're talking about the optic nerve and how it sends messages from the eyes to the brain. And the brain interprets those messages for us. So there's a really, really small specific region that's inside the optic nerves. So when it leaves the retina, it has no photoreceptors at all, and so it can't detect any type of images at all. And it's a very very tiny portion of the eye. The photoreceptors is where the light intensity is detected. So when that part of an image goes through that particular part of your eye, it's not detecting anything, and we typically call that the blind spot. We all have it. There's not a way to get around it. The location of the blind spot in the right eye is to the right of our center vision, and in the left eye is to the left of our center vision. But it can't be detected while both eyes are open, since the visual fields of the two eyes overlap. You will have images in this slideshow to show you all of the information related to what I have spoken about. And in my final slide, just a small fun exercise that I've picked up that's also in our text is, if you want to try and test your blind spot, there's a simple exercise. And if you could just watch the graphic of the cross and the circle at the top of the post, and then you'll sit at your computer and you with your nose pointing in between the cross and the black circle. So you'll kind of scoot over, and you can actually make this screen as large as you want so that you're not scooting over and trying to put your nose in the middle of it. But I tried this several times and it was actually dead on and perfect, and you can try it for both eyes. But that is my presentation on the blind spot of our sensory system. Next, you will hear from Deja Jones, who will be introducing to you the role that the auricle and the salvicus has on the equilibrium. She will be talking about the equilibrium.